Well, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, your master of fun and wonder, and as John Campea once called me that I still don't understand, your existential Mr. Rogers. That's right, me, Robert Meyer Burnett. But you know what? I couldn't do this by myself.
You could.
I have the enchantress of effervescence right here. She of 1,000 voices, the lovely Chris Carr. Chris, how are you?
I'm excellent. We had a real fun show today.
I thought we did have a real fun show today. But, you know, something came up that I wanted to ask you about. Obviously, we lost a giant in the voiceover world, Kevin Conroy. And I wanted to ask you, you know, whether it's an actor, a celebrity, a sports figure, anybody that you don't necessarily know, but they're a part of your life. You've incorporated them into your imagination. You've heard them. They've been with you for literally sometimes decades. I know when Leonard Nimoy passed away, I was inconsolable. But when someone like Kevin Conroy, I mean, a lot of people discovered him as children, and he carried with you into adulthood. What do you think? What do you think that? Why is that? How is it that a voice that's as strong as Kevin Conroy's was, and I mean, Batman the Animated Series is something I've never grown tired of, and it's what, it's past 30. It's 30, 92, something around
92, so it's 30.
30 years old.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, 3 decades of anyone's life. And it recently came out on Blu-ray, I think last year, where I had to pick up that whole series and I was working my way through the show. Why is it, do you think, that celebrities or even a voice can have such power to stay with us for so long?
That is a great question that is very loaded. Oh my goodness, there's a lot going on there.
I told you, someone said I shouldn't get they didn't want to see philosophy, but you know what? We're gonna delve into it.
We want to do it. Oh man, that's a great question though. I mean, there's a multitude of reasons, right? For one, it's when people are truly of service to story in the stories that resonate with us, right? You know, where you really connect with somebody's performance and the words that they're saying and everything that hit you on this kind of cellular level. And certain roles that we connect to, it does feel like somebody's speaking to us directly. Yeah. Right. And that's the beautiful thing about, you know, media as a whole, is that when we have these different stories, no matter who wrote it, no matter how diverse the background, there is always the potential for us to connect on such a visceral level that we're not often prepared for. You know, when you have someone too, like a Kevin Conroy, like a Robin Williams, right, who they are intrinsically tied to your childhood, it is hard to differentiate some of those boundaries sometimes too. I always try to remember as well, like, these people had real lives and real families. And so I always do want to show their families the respect during these mourning periods of, like, this person's career was very important to me. The things they did for their fandom was very important. But obviously the loss that I am feeling is nowhere remotely close to theirs. You know, I know Zelda Williams has dealt with that quite a bit of the avuncular nature of Robin Williams, how everyone just felt like he was related to him.
Right.
But I think in Kevin Conroy's case, you know, it was, he just had that wonderful voice. He treated Bruce and Batman with a Shakespearean level of respect, as did everyone involved in that show. And you could tell he really loved the work and appreciated the work.
Yes.
And especially, I brought it up on the show, Finding Batman, that incredibly autobiographical story he shared with DC's Pride publication, was just so personal and emotional. And I connected with that on such a deep level too, because he's talking about substance abuse issues in his family. And I've had that with a family member and seen them, you know, so close to death, like he saw with his father. And I've had people in my family too who just didn't want to continue on because of that struggle, and him using that as a sort of catalyst for connecting with a character and using it as a platform to make sure his audiences and his fans always felt so loved and respected when he as a child didn't often, when he as a grown man didn't often. I think those kinds of people who are of service to their stories and are willing to really share some of those core issues they've had with us, that generosity is always felt. And I think there's an authenticity to that you can't fake, that we all just connect with.
What a lovely answer.
Thank you.
That made my Friday.
Was that a little schmaltzy?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, look, I've always been fascinated by the idea of memory and how once we've gone through something, it's in the past. So it doesn't. I've always said that you need reality in your make believe.
Oh, absolutely.
In order to make
you
your make believe real. And I honestly believe that. And I think what happens when we connect with whoever it is, whether it's the crew of the Enterprise, whether it's the denizens of Gotham City, Batman himself, if you watch something over and over and over again, you incorporate those people into your memory as if they were in fact real, even though they're fictional characters. That's why I think fiction, well-crafted fiction, is as important as anything else, because even when you're reading the most accurate historical accounts of something that happened 100 years ago, it still happened 100 years ago. It becomes, it doesn't matter where the story comes from, whether it was originated from an actual event that occurred or whether it was completely make-believe. In your mind, it's still all a story.
Yeah.
And the more accurate the story can be, again, whether it's make-believe or real, the reality of those stories is what's important. And if a guy like Kevin Conroy can make Batman real to you, is that character any less real than any other memory you might have? You understand it's a fictional character, but if you've been watching someone's portrayal of this character for 30 years, they are real.
Exactly. Yeah, and
So-
the more somebody is immersed in their own world, and the more they immerse us in that world, it is that ability to believe in it. I've said it before, right? It's a great D&D campaign. If someone's built the world out beautifully in a way that you can believe it, and you make actual realized choices based on that environment and based on how immersed you are, it's a much more fun experience, right? Because you're like, oh my gosh, the stakes feel so high and real. And I think that's what you do when you have that grounded make-believe.
I completely agree.
Aw.
I concur, as Leonardo DiCaprio did in Catch Me If You Can. He concurs.
concur.
And on that note, let's see what you guys concur about. Chris, what do we have from our viewers?
From Danny Sanchez, Wakanda Forever had me wrecked. I too have been through a similar journey as Suri, and I cried buckets last night. MCU stuff was fine, but story hit home. Oh, Danny, I hope that connected with you on a really beautiful level. It sounds
Well,
like
I mean, it's great to hear. You know, it's interesting. It depends what you're looking for. Stories can work on many different levels. I mean, some people said that I disliked Wakanda Forever. I didn't dislike it at all. As a matter of fact, I thought it was, I said I thought it was very ambitious, and I liked how far it reached for the sun, so to speak. Some things worked better than others, but it was the ambition. Give me one Wakanda Forever for 10 films Hollywood releases that aren't part of the MCU. I mean, what Ryan Coogler, first the task that he had to surmount after the loss of Chadwick Boseman, and then what he actually ended up doing, and giving us a whole new character that we had never seen except in the pages of the comics, and making that character real, making the place he came from real. That was no small feat.
yeah.
And I think a lot of people, judging from the audience in my theater, people were really emotionally connected to the movie.
Sounds like it. And I'm just glad you got to reinstate that you didn't dislike this. You had a few like tweaks and things, because the internet can be a very polarizing place.
Yes.
And sometimes when we say a critique, people only hear, "Oh, it was awful."
No, I know. And I the ambition of this movie was enormous. And I give Ryan Coogler all the credit in the world for that, and to Kevin Feige and Louis Esposito and Victoria Alonso for allowing him to do what he did. I mean, he had written a script for this movie already, and then lost Chad Boseman and had to figure out how are you going to make it work.
Yeah.
Astonishing.
No easy feat.
No. What's next?
From Bailey Fuller, Boyega for Bond. Breaking is my fave film of 2022. I still have to see Breaking.
It's really, really good, and Boyega's performance is incredible.
That's what I keep hearing.
You know, I don't know. I mean, he still looks pretty young to me, John Boyega.
Yeah, it depends on what you want to do with Bond. And they have talked about modernizing.
Right, and making him like in his 30s. But
Yeah.
but I guess because James Bond was a naval commander, and I don't know. I still can't. I can't envision young naval commanders. I always thought, you know, you need more of a career. But Boyega is an incredible actor, and he can do whatever he's tasked to do. I mean, he was in both The Woman King and he was in Breaking. The guy's incredible.
He's having a
incredible.
great year, and I'm so glad he's getting his roses. From
It's true.
Raymond Reddington. FYI, they're doing the Batman in concert in Los Angeles in March. I'll be going to the one in London. Ooh.
That's a cool. I mean, does that mean they're going to do music from all the different Batman movies in the past, or just the
I
Batman?
wonder if it's just the Batman and it's the live concert with the film like they did
Yeah,
at
I
the
don't.
Hollywood Bowl.
Which I love.
Yeah.
John took me to see Black Panther at the Bowl.
Oh, nice.
It was incredible. The percussion section was amazing.
I think the last one I saw with music in a movie, not just like a regular show, was E.T. And it was magical. Oh, it was ages ago, though. From Sam Fisher. Really liked Wakanda Forever. Didn't like my theater. There was a group of kids constantly chattering down to my left, and the person on my right would twitch and move every time there was a hit in an action sequence.
Yeah, Sam, hell is other people.
The talking thing, too. I think after we came back to movie theaters, we really forgot how to watch a movie.
Yeah.
Because I know when I'm in theaters now, people are constantly talking, constantly on their phones. It's when I do love going to an Alamo Draft House because you'll get booted for that kind of behavior. No ifs, ands,
ArcLight was like that too.
Yeah, ArcLight was like that. Oh, R.I.P.
I was worried in my theater. It was pretty loquacious before the movie started.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the trailers were over, and it was really interesting because they showed a trailer for Creed 3, and they showed a trailer for Quantum Mania. So I got to see Jonathan Majors in Creed 3 and Quantum Mania.
Oh,
and
nice.
then they started the movie. But as soon as the lights dimmed, you could hear a pin drop.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that the entire theater was lit, and it was a big theater, where it was just laser focused. And what I loved about it was when people responded, they were not shy about letting their emotions fly, but everybody was incredibly respectful.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some people that would cry out, "No!" And I never heard that in the theater.
I love when that.
I heard a couple of times when people were saying those things in the theater. I was like, and there was one moment behind me. There was a group of probably about 10 women. There's a moment in the film, I'm not going to say what it is, you'll know, where a character comes on screen and they're all like, oh, I mean, intake of breath and various reactions, and it was hilarious.
Ooh.
I mean, I won't tell you what it is. You'll know. Ladies, you'll know.
I'm excited.
You'll
Ooh,
know.
yay. All right, from Danito. Phase 4 started and ended with the theme of grief. Ooh.
Because of Black Widow.
Yeah.
You know, I think also grief and family.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of Phase 4, the Eternals, it was definitely family. Falcon and Winter Soldier, you had Sam Wilson and his sister, and I mean, it really,
obviously.
yeah, and WandaVision, which was the first of the shows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that was grief-stricken as well.
Yeah.
So,
what an interesting through line to look at the phase through. I really like that.
Yeah.
That's a really wonderful observation. And it's going to make me revisit this phase too in a very different way. Thank you for that.
indeed.
Opto. Anyone see the Banshees of Inisherin? I always say it wrong. Inisherin. Unnerving. I have not yet, but Mark McDowell is one of my husband's favorite writers. He was in the play Cripple of Inishmin. That was one of his big claims to fame in his theatrical life.
I haven't seen it either, and it's playing at our local Harkins Theater. They're great. They have a great selection of films. They were playing Wakanda Forever every 15 minutes.
Dang.
So I was lucky to get in I saw it at 10 p.m. in their big theater.
I'd been asleep for 2 hours by then.
Well, I would saw it, and they got those great reclining seats. I should have done a few bumps to keep me awake.
Rob, no.
No, I was kidding.
You've got such a cute nose.
That was a
Don't
joke.
do the cocaine.
That was a
No.
joke. You just have to do everything in moderation.
Say no to drugs, kids. Harv's K. Films Rob does not own on Blu-ray. 1998's The Red Violin with Samuel L. Jackson. A mysterious violin passes from owner to owner for 300 years, affecting their lives in different ways. An underseen gem. Do you not own that?
I saw that in theaters.
I do not own it, but I saw that film as well. I believe it's a Lionsgate movie,
Ooh.
and my ex-wife did some key art work for that. On that
Wow.
movie. Yeah,
I have never heard of this.
It's really good. Check it out.
Okay.
it is really good.
I'll have to look at that. From Parth Trivedi. Andor. As great as it is at performances, dialogues, and story, it too is a masterclass in perspective. It lets the camera simmer on a particular actor for slightly longer than you'd expect, making us feel on the edge.
Oh, I totally agree with that. The filmmaking in Andor is first rate, but I would expect nothing less of. That's what
Of Gilroy?
our showrunner, Gilroy,
Yeah.
is an Academy Award-winning feature filmmaker.
Exactly.
It feels like a feature film. It does not feel like television.
It really, really does. And those little closing moments, right, where the camera lingers, where a kind of joke among actors, too, is you want to win that moment. You want the camera to land on you.
Oh,
at the
yes.
End. And so, boy, these actors just deliver on those with just those little, lip quivers.
Mon
or intensity in
Mothma,
eyes.
especially.
Whew, she is
Man.
incredible.
Incredible.
Oh. From Ulaton. Hey, gang. Have you heard of Kaneko Video on YouTube? They are crowdfunded to preserve old Japanese film reels sent by fans. Their 4K scans are incredible.
You know, I've heard about this,
Wow.
and I haven't really delved into it.
It sounds super up your alley.
But yeah, I would love to watch. I mean, there's a lot of people that do film preservation and put their results on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy who scans like trailers and things, movie trailers, and pretty amazing stuff. But I will look into that. I haven't actually watched it.
I've never heard of it before, but thank you for putting it on our radar.
Also, I just want to quickly say thank you to Brandon Beal for becoming a member, director, and also, and he upgraded to producer.
Ooh.
He's moving up the ranks.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a Jonathan now.
Whoa, and now Wiley Todd gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Wiley.
Oh my gosh, Wiley, that's so sweet. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys. Jonathan Hoffley, happy 9th birthday to my amazing daughter, Leah. Oh, happy
birthday, Leah. Happy
Oh.
Does she get to go see Wakanda Forever in the theater?
Yeah, what's her birthday present? 9's such a good age, too. 9-year-olds are
'cause
awesome.
9's a good age because you have a lot of latitude for, especially with girls, a lot more latitude. You can take them places, you can give them things. It's good. It's a good age.
There's still the childlike wonder, but you've got some real like cognitive understanding and
Yeah.
hard opinions at this point in your life, which is super fun.
And you know, if you forget to get something good, you can just be like, honey, I'm going to take you shopping.
I mean, that works for almost anyone.
It's true.
That's fair. From Mexican Drug Lord, who has the most creative control for movies, TV shows?
Well, it's kind of different. I mean, TV shows, it's the showrunner, executive producer, creator. They oversee and sort of conceptualize everything. But with a movie, it really is a director. Unless, of course, you're working in tandem with like Marvel, who has a visual design department, and you have to be. The way Marvel makes movies is more akin to how a television showrunner would make movies. But most directors on films, they're like God. Everything begins and ends with them.
Yes.
So, but it's different.
Well said, though.
Good question, though.
From Bert, will Monday's Weekly Hero have Black Panther 2 spoilers talk? I don't know if we'll do spoilers. You'd have the whole weekend to see it.
Yeah.
I'd have the whole weekend to see it. But I don't know if we do spoilers.
No, I think we talk about the reactions,
Yeah.
both
Yeah, I think
box
we'll-
office.
We'll wait a week.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I will have not even seen it till Monday night,
Oh, okay.
which means I would be spoiled.
And the
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
is, there is a lot. By the way, there are things I had no idea about when I was watching this movie last night.
Like what, Rob?
I'm not going.
You passed the test. Good job. Good job.
No, but I was surprised. You know, and there were things, and I think going into this movie, there's a lot to enjoy if you haven't spoiled it for yourself, like with any movie.
Yeah, I'm excited. Bright. Rob, you have the Infinity Gauntlet and have to snap away either redheads or comic books from the universe. Which you choosing?
Comic books.
Dang.
Why would you want to ever get rid of redheads?
Whoa.
Comic books are just comic books.
I mean, I will say that one is a form of genocide and the other is
That's
burning
true.
literature.
That's true. I mean, redheads are real, y'all. And
Well, comic books are
in
Comic
my
books are
in
real.
my life, I've dated 4 redheads, and I would not have wanted to have gotten rid of any of them. Trust me.
Never
Just
dated
saying.
a comic book I didn't like.
Dated so many comic books. Alex Mata. Think Disney could tap into more Marvel characters for their animated films like Big Hero 6 and a Hat Story? And a Hat Stories would you like told? How am I reading this wrong? For their,
And what?
and what? Thank
story
you. I was like, and a hat? What?
would you like told?
Thank you. And what stories would you like told? Okay. Well, first of all, Big Hero 6 is wildly different than the source material.
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
almost unrecognizable in difference. I love the Big Hero 6 adaptation. Don't get me wrong. I think it's super fun and enjoyable. But I just think that needs to be stated. What stories would you want to see?
I don't know, stories that probably wouldn't translate very well to live action. And I'm hard pressed right now to come up with something right off the bat.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll tell you something. What I'd like to see, I don't know if they'd ever make a Power Pack live action movie. They might. But depending on the animation, I could see a very cute. I loved Power Pack when that started. I love that series. I think Ann Nesenti wrote it. I'd love to see an animated Power Pack movie done, maybe not in the style of Across or Into the Spider-Verse, but something along those lines.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
That could be cool.
I think it'd be cool.
They're already giving me a Moon Girl in animated form.
Right.
That's pretty precious. And I still think you could do that in live action and it'd be really, really fun. Savage Lands.
I mean, maybe like a long shot. I mean, as much as I like to see it in live action, long shot, the X-Men long shot.
Yeah.
But going in with Mojo and the Spiral verse and all that, I don't know how well or if we'd ever get it in live action, but you could make a killer animated film out of that
That
stuff.
could be fun. I did a quick, like, who are some obscure villains who I could think of? And I was like, Armadillo. Give me Armadillo in an animated film.
Could happen.
I'd love it. It'd be precious. I mean, that's still 616.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's canon.
Why not?
From Blackjack Hooligan. Watch Sum of All Fears for the first time. Damn good movie. What's your favorite of the Jack Ryan movies? Also, God of War Ragnarok is fantastic. Please play. I'm so excited to get it.
That's a very diverse question there.
One part's for me and one part's for you.
I'm a huge Jack Ryan fan. I have to say, I think the best of the movies is Hunt for Red October, and then Clear and Present Danger.
Yeah, that was like going to be my first.
Yeah, Hunt for October is a masterpiece. And Clear and Present Danger I love too.
Yeah.
But Sum of All Fears, while it's not that similar to the book, I still like that movie a lot. And Fred Alden Robinson, who directed Field of Dreams, directed it, and I think it's damn good. Ooh. It's really good. And then I don't like Shadow Recruit, the one they made with Chris Pine. I think is that Kenneth Branagh directed. The storyline's not good.
The only one I saw was Hunt for Red October a bajillion years ago.
Oh, Clear and Present Danger is really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially because they're going after the Mexican drug cartels, which haven't gone anywhere. So it's just as relevant now as it was back then.
Sweet. And then, yeah, God of War Ragnarok. I really want to play. That game looks beautiful. I'm excited. I love Kratos. Let's go.
I could tell you a quick story. I'll tell you a quick story about this because I can name drop. Ooh. So the Hunt for Red October, the Jack Ryan movies were produced by one of the producers. His name is was Mace Neufeld. Pretty big Hollywood producer. One day I was at the Fabulous Cafe across the street from Paramount with my friend Mark. And we were in there not after hours, but after lunch. And there was only him and I and a guy sitting in the corner. And for some reason, I'd watched Clear and Present Danger on Laserdisc the night before. And I was going on and off for like 20 minutes. I was just recounting everything I loved about Clear and Present Danger. This guy gets up over and he kind of saunters over the table and he's like, I'm Mace Neufeld. I produced all the Jack Ryan films and I just want you to know it made me feel great hearing you talk about how great my works are.
Oh,
and I thought
like
that was
Luthen
pretty cool.
from Andor for a minute.
There you go. But that's a true story.
Cool. That's nice.
Say you're never going to see the sunrise. Do a Luthen line.
Oh, man.
I'm fighting for a sunrise I'll never see.
Ooh, there we go. That was
good.
nice.
Was that okay?
Good. I liked it.
That was pretty good.
I was riveted. My
A little
heart
bit of
skipped a beat.
Norse work in there was really nice, Jonathan.
I actually should take one of your classes. I had fun.
Do it.
All right.
It'll be fun. You can make fun of me for how I teach.
We probably should take a little break.
Oh,
A
let's do
break.
it.
I think we should. You know what? We have a sponsor for this beautiful Friday afternoon episode of Open Mic, and our sponsor is
Athletic Greens.
Athletic Greens.
Hey guys, we want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of this video, Athletic Greens. Now, I started taking Athletic Greens because I don't eat enough vegetables, and I was looking for a way to make up for that deficit in my diet of those vitamins and minerals that I really needed in my system, and thank goodness I found Athletic Greens, and I literally take it every morning. You see, with one scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole foods, source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, all the things. And my wife got onto it, and now she absolutely loves it. You know, tons of people take some kind of multivitamin, and it's important to choose one with high-quality ingredients that your body will actually absorb, like Athletic Greens. So right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with a convenient daily nutrition, especially heading into the flu and cold season. It's just one scoop and a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Campea. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/Campea to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
And thanks to our sponsor, Athletic Greens, for generously sponsoring this episode of the Mailbag.
Open mic.
That's what I said.
Nailed it.
Wow.
It's not live.
Mailbag.
We're fine.
That's a
We're fine.
name
We'll
I
edit
haven't
that.
heard in many
Mailbag. I
years.
haven't done one in a long time.
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah.
used to do was mailbags.
We'll fix it in post. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll cut it out.
Yeah. From Red, watch Don't Worry, Darling. It's honestly just a watered down Black Mirror episode, and Black Mirror did it better.
Yeah,
Not black water.
I have to say, I finally caught up with Don't Worry, Darling. Again, Olivia Wilde, I think, does have directing chops, but I do think that was what the most unfortunate thing about the movie is, despite all the ridiculous press, is that the ending, they changed the ending from the original ending, and I think it could have ended better. When it ends, you're like, oh, I've seen this before. But other than that, the performances were great. The design work was great. I really enjoyed.
It's aesthetically beautiful.
Yeah, and Florence Pugh's great in it.
Yeah.
And look, I think that Olivia Wilde is a directing voice that we need. I think that she's going to deliver as long as they let her make more movies. I mean, I feel unfortunate that for her that her directing career, I hope it's not derailed because of all this press that basically killed this film before it had a chance to. But maybe on cable, people will see.
Maybe. From Wiley Todd. Hey guys, want to know what your favorite soundtrack of the year so far? I think Nope and X are the best consistency-wise based on tracks and placements. Ooh, best soundtrack.
Well, now here's the thing. There are two. When people talk about movie soundtracks, there is what are called source cues, which is the music, songs and then there's the actual score. Like, and when someone says soundtrack, a lot of the time they're talking about the source cues, the music, songs that are placed. I don't know what the answer is yet. Do you have an answer
Bullet
for that?
Train.
Okay. Okay. Bullet Train's
Bullet Train was a bop.
Bullet Train's pretty great.
Yeah.
I have to say, I know Taylor wasn't as big a fan, but I did really like the music for Wakanda Forever. There's a lot of different kinds of music in there, but I want to hear that soundtrack because I love the soundtrack for Black Panther.
That one's so good. Oh my
But
gosh.
Bullet Train, if for no other song than the cover of Staying Alive in Japanese, it's so good.
Oh, I love it.
What a way to open that movie.
From John Redcorn. Buy one, rent one, lose one. Venom, Morbius, Black Adam. Lose Morbius.
Yeah, I
outta
would lose
here.
Morbius.
But not the Morbius Minute.
No, we keep the Morbius minute. What were the other ones? Black Adam and Venom?
Venom
Yeah.
and
I
Morbius.
I still haven't seen Black Adam.
I would probably buy
I haven't
Venom.
seen Venom.
Oh, Venom's fun. I think I would buy Venom.
Yeah, I'd buy Venom and rent Black Adam.
Yeah.
Here you go.
From D-Train. Really enjoyed Wakanda Forever, but I think people being disappointed because they had high expectations is a poor excuse. A win is a win. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning.
Well, D-Train, I would say I agree with that philosophy, but in terms of this, well, Black Panther was a Best Picture nominee. It made $1 billion. It set its own expectations. I mean, the fact that you're working in this, and I think that, the same filmmakers and much of the same cast. But here's my thing. I think Wakanda Forever, it reached for the stars. It did not rest on its laurels. And I think the fact that we don't think it's the greatest movie ever made, that it didn't come out of the gate, I think it will age well. And I think it has a lot of probably rewatchability because I enjoyed a lot of the character moments.
Yeah.
I enjoyed I can't wait to see it again.
Cool. Excited to check it out. Jamie Sundays. Saw The Fablemans yesterday. Amazing. I cried watching young Spielberg making his home movies. Any filmmaker who wants to make movies, please watch this. Taylor, you're seeing this tonight, right?
I am seeing it tonight at 7. I'm really looking forward to it. It looks really, really good.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
The Fablemans.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It looks so beautiful. It looks really sweet.
It really does.
From Nerd News Auto. I want to see more Namor.
I think we all do. The more.
Yeah, to quote Ray. Namor.
That's more. Arr.
There he is. Look at him with his little feet. Look at him with those little wingies. All right. From Hoopsuni. Rob, thoughts on both Barbarian and See How They Run? Theatrically released Disney Fox movies not getting any physical release. Is this a trend?
I'm very disappointed, and yeah, unfortunately, it is a trend. I mean, I was talking with George Feltenstein, the great George Feltenstein at Warner Brothers this week, and I flat out asked him. He's in charge of Warner Archive, and I said, "Do you think that physical media on the outside maybe has 10 years of life left to it?" And he said that's probably about it. And the only reason it's got 10 years is because of PlayStation and Xbox have extended the life of. The problem is, we don't live in a world anymore. People don't even grow up buying movies anymore. No. And it's all streaming. And look, right now, the best way to watch movies, if you have a great system, is with discs. The sound and picture are not compressed like they are with streaming. And I mean, it's shocking how good those discs can look. Mm-hmm. But the reality is that the studios don't want to make their movies available on. They don't want to do it. They can put it on their streaming services, and they don't have to manufacture discs. They don't have to ship anything. They don't have to package anything, and they're selling direct to consumer, which is what they want. With discs, you have to distribute them. You have to give them to stores and all that. So, look, I would like to get. It's unfortunate because I would really like to get hopefully a boutique. Hopefully, Disney will license these movies out to a boutique home video company, more so Barbarian, because the horror crowd tends to buy things. Yeah. And I would love to get like Second Sight to do a
get better
full-on
packaging. You get better. Yeah. It would be more of a collector's edition kind of thing.
Yep.
And they'd be saving so much money by just getting rid of those departments that handle all of that.
Yeah,
Even
absolutely.
The legal that
And that's
handles
what they want to do.
Yeah.
Another movie that I had a really hard time finding on physical media was Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. It's one of my favorite movies of this year. I couldn't find it at Best Buy, Target, anywhere, but A24 is selling it on their website, on their shop.
They've done a good job. They sold a really great box set of Midsummer on their website.
Oh, yeah, I did see that too.
It's really cool. And good for A24 for doing that.
From Jamie Sundays, top 3 film of the year for you guys? For me, it's 1, Northman, 2, Top Gun, 3, Fablemans, or Banshees of Inisherin. Not sure yet. Everything Everywhere All at Once has moved down for me. Not for me. That's still my number 1.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say. I mean, because I haven't seen so many things. Like Meet the Fablemans, I really want to see because it's Spielberg. And all this, I also want to see, I think it's Decision to Leave, the new, the why am I drawing a blank on the director, like the director of Stoker and the director of Handmaiden, Korean director. Anyway, Decision to Leave is something I really want to see too. And why am I drawing a blank on his name?
I don't know.
I feel
That's
terrible.
okay. Yeah,
It's happening more.
Everything Everywhere All at Once is still the number 1 movie I've seen so far this year. And truly, like, Bullet Train is probably my second because I had so much fun and I went and saw it a couple times. And
Oh
had
yeah,
a really good time.
Totally.
It was fun.
Jonathan, do you
All
have
right.
a top 3 of the year?
Of the year? No, not a top 3. I can't until I see Fablemans, until I see what was the other one? He had it. Banshees of Inisherin. I have to see
I've seen that
first.
too.
And I want to see Armageddon Time.
Yeah, there's a few, but I mean, okay, yeah, I love the Batman, and I get that. But Everything Everywhere All at Once is up there for my number 1 so far.
It's so good.
Indeed.
From Jonathan Bunch. Did you guys see the Megan trailer? It played in front of Black Panther at our screening. Looks creepy AF. We saw part of it at CinemaCon.
Yeah. The trailers, though, the new trailer looks way better than what they showed us at CinemaCon.
Instead of the weird, like, her body rolling stuff. Is that all still in there?
There's some of that, the weird dancing.
Yeah.
That trailer is really, really good.
Someone said Park Chan-wook.
That's it.
Oh, there we go.
Park Chan-wook is the director. Thank you for that. I don't know why.
Everett Lee said that.
Thanks,
Thank you.
chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, Megan before looked like a mix of goofy and freaky, but now it looks more freaky.
Much more freaky.
Okay.
It looks good.
I mean, either way, I'm not going to
Why
see it.
anyone in our world, why anyone would take some kind of a robotic doll into
That
their
looks like
house
that.
is beyond me.
No.
It's like, come on. How many movies do you have to see with these things?
I thank my Siri, my Alexa constantly because when the robots uprise, I want them to keep me as a pet. I do not want to be matrixed. I want them to keep me around because I was nice and polite and maybe sometimes
Yes,
funny.
That's right. And they're
never
watching
had them
it.
at my home. Yeah.
They're keeping a long record.
They're a Sting song. Every move I make, they know.
Wow.
Oof.
I always think Englishman in New York,
Oh,
but
That's
that's
good.
because, anyway.
that's fine. Retribution Zero. It's obscure, but anyone remember Brimstone with Peter Horton and John Glover? And Rob, where did you get your Expanse hoodie?
I remember Brimstone, but I didn't really watch it. I
know
liked
what it
Peter
is.
Horton from 30 something. It was just like it sounds, Brimstone. They
Just like church, fire, and
fire. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It was horror. Horror themed. Yes.
still is it still church?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
It's horror theme for me.
But you know what? The Expanse hoodie was given to me.
Oh,
My Rocinante hoodie, and I don't remember who. I'm trying to think. I'd have to get back to you on that, but it was a gift. I was gifted with that Rocinante hoodie.
nice.
I want to say it was one of my friends who lives on the East Coast, but I don't want to say the wrong name.
Just list all your friends on the East Coast.
Yeah.
That would be a long list.
Oh, okay. Rob's got a lot of friends. What
Wow.
a flex.
Acquaintances.
Oh, okay. Jack Eggy. I'm trying to become a screenwriter and sell scripts. Do you have any advice on selling scripts to studios other than write a great script? LOL. Well, first of all, you are going to slide into Rob's DMs because you love to read other
You
Oh,
laughed
people's
'cause
God.
you knew where that was going.
No, I mean, look, that's one of the great. There's 100,000 people who live in LA who want to get the answer to that same question
Yep.
that you just asked. I mean, look, if you want to become a screenwriter, but right now selling a script to a studio is akin to landing on the moon. It's incredibly difficult. You have a much better chance of writing a script and going out and producing it as an independent film than you do. Why wait? If you've written a great script, why wait till somebody else? Go out and make your movie. That's what I say to people. If you're a screenwriter, write a screenplay that doesn't cost a lot of money to make and go make it.
Well, we're seeing more and more too of filming at least some kind of conceptual short
Yeah.
of your feature
Yep.
film or filming your own pilot and then selling it to studios because people like to see the finished product. I mean, how many times have we read a script and gone, this is going to be great, and then you see the execution and it falls flat? People need a little bit more now these days to invest. And gosh, I mean, you have a 4K camera in your pocket at all times now.
I
You
know.
might as well do it.
And not to shatter
Glad I
your
was just happy to
dreams.
see me.
What's that?
Nothing.
No, not to shatter your dreams, but I used to be what's called a reader. I was a professional reader, starting out at Joel Silver's company, Silver Pictures, and I read screenplays for a living.
Shoo, yep.
And 1 out of 100 screenplays were any good, and 1 out of 1,000 screenplays were worth making. At least what I was reading. And I know that's really depressing to hear. And by the
those-
way,
and those are ones that got through the studio gates.
Yeah.
yeah, those are the ones that got through the gates.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something. What you are doing is you're fighting a system, rightly or wrongly, that you can tell if a screenplay is worth reading in 2 pages. You could do it in 1, but I'll give you 2.
Oh, you said it. You'll give them 2. So send 2 pages of your script to Rob.
No. But I would also encourage everybody who wants to read, and I just, this is a hard lesson to learn. It used to be in the Village Voice, and the comment section was my favorite in all of Hollywood comment sections. Josh Olson, the Academy Award-winning screenwriter who wrote The History of Violence, wrote an essay called "I Will Not Read Your Fucking Script." Every screenwriter should read this essay.
Nice.
And a lot of screenwriters didn't appreciate the essay. I don't think they still have the original post in the Village Voice because the comment section was very, very telling. But if you
to find that.
if you can read I Will Not Read Your Fucking Script by Josh Olson. Read it, know it, love it.
You can also always look into things that do give feedback. A lot of times it's paid. The Blacklist, you know, that usually is still like, what is it, about 8 different like promising screenwriters
Yep.
ultimately get selected, but you do get feedback throughout that. There's other competitions you can enter into too for that.
Yeah,
kind of
there's
feedback.
definitely screenwriting competitions. And by the way, I would
Sundance
suggest
Lab.
reading Robert McKee's books on story.
Yes.
Blake Snyder's Save the Cat. You know, there's a lot of great screenwriting books out there.
And if you're here in LA, honestly, go to the WGA.
Yeah.
You can go check. You can do this from home too, but there is something really magical about going there and having to check out a script and read it there and having to return it and everything, getting that actual transcription. But just read scripts and then have the script and look at the execution on camera too and see how all of that translates, because it's going to make you a better writer as well.
And yeah, the best way to learn about that is pick your favorite movies and get the screenplays for your favorite films.
Yes.
You'd be surprised because they don't have the scene descriptions in the finished film, and you can see how people write. It's really important.
Yeah. Hope that helps. Dangerous Lee. Random thought, Batman Forever is awesome and totally underrated. It's the best of the Burton Schumacher era. Yes, I said it. Happy Friday, guys. Hot take, Dangerously.
Yeah.
I mean, it did give us the term joygasm. I will give it that.
It is the best of the Schumacher era.
Yes.
Yeah, of the two.
But not the Burton Schumacher era.
And Kidman is great in this. Val Kilmer, I thought, was
I
a
thought it was
very,
good. Yep.
very fun
I liked
Bruce
him.
and Bat.
But yeah, it's
He didn't say
totally,
Batman.
it's all,
He didn't say Batman and Robin. So
Yeah, if it was Batman and Robin, I would have been a little
yeah.
more, okay, so we liked the nipples?
yes, affirmative.
Okay.
Wait, Chris, you didn't?
Affirmative.
I didn't hate them. I just went, what a weird choice. Why would you put that on the outside of your armor?
Intimidation.
Oh, you know what really intimidates enemies? Hard nips.
Areola.
From Mr. Godzilla. Hey guys, thank you so much for answering my questions from the show today. Oh, you're welcome. Also, for Rob, want to say I love puns too, so I support you and dad jokes.
Yeah, well, remember, that was a Christian Harloff dad joke I talked about the other day.
Oh,
I told the other day, and it was not, okay, I'll tell you.
okay. Is it inappropriate?
No. What did the ocean say to the shore?
What?
Nothing. Just waved.
Aw,
Sorry, that was a Christian Harloff dad joke. Don't blame me for that.
that's precious.
Yeah, he quit his stand-up a while ago.
What can I say?
From Tahir Rahim. Sorry if I didn't say that right. What's a voice acting performance that you guys think should have been nominated for an Academy Award? Motion capture. Andy Serkis as Gollum absolutely should have been given an Academy Award nomination. First of all, probably should have won. Voice acting roles in a film. Robin Williams got an honorary one for the genie in Aladdin. Probably should have gotten a real one.
Benedict Cumberbatch is the dragon in Desolation of Smaug.
Yeah. There so many that mocap is one too that I'm just like, in what world would you not recognize this? It's motion capture.
I mean,
every inch of your face is being captured. Like what?
Even if they don't want to take the time on the main show, you can't put it with the technicals.
Exactly.
Right, I know, a technical award.
And
Yeah.
we have this happening so much more in film that I'm just like, why? Why would you not do this? And I mean, there's a multitude of just classic Disney voice acting that I think is great. Like everyone in Beauty and the Beast, I think, should have gotten an Academy Award.
It's true.
It's a reason why it's one of the few animated films that actually was nominated for Best Picture.
Yes.
Yeah. Jonathan Bunch, will you guys, will you guys do a new top 20 MCU list when Phase 4 ends with the holiday special? Will you guys do a new top 20 MCU list when Phase 4 ends with the holiday special? Super excited about the holiday special, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, but I think Phase 4 officially ends with Wakanda Forever.
Yes.
And I guess you could say Phase 5 opens with the holiday special.
Yeah. Or is it like a little pocket universe? Is it just its own little thing?
I don't know. I wonder if Kevin Bacon's been married to Kira Sedgwick for 30 years in the holiday special, in the MCU.
I hope so.
Is the MCU, I love the fact that there is a Kevin Bacon now in the MCU.
Which is great.
It's great.
I really hope they do address X-Men First Class like you brought up.
I mean, will
I
they?
want to know if they're like, you look a lot like Sebastian.
I'm kind of the opinion they're going to.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be, especially James Gunn doing it.
Yeah.
I can't not imagine that there's a poster, a reference, even if it's just one of the Guardians at Kevin Bacon's house if Drax walks by and he takes a gander and goes, or something, some
Yeah.
kind of a gesture, and then continues on.
I really hope it's a moment of mutants. That's stupid. And it's just like Rocket
Something,
saying it.
yeah. Something like that.
I would love it. But yeah, we think it's continuation. K Major. Rob, what's your favorite James Bond opening song?
Ooh, that's my favorite.
Great one.
You know, probably Goldfinger. I mean, but I have to tell you, I think the most underrated James Bond song is Another Way to Die by Jack White and Alicia Keys. I don't know why no one likes that song.
Yeah.
I love that song. I think it's dirty and rude, and I love it. Not dirty like dirty, sexually dirty. It's just like it's dirty and grungy, and I love it. And it has a Bond feel to it. Nobody likes that song.
Yeah, that's one of Logan's favorites.
My top is Nobody Does It Better from Carly Simon.
That's great.
Goldfinger just kind of, man, it kind of gets grating for me.
I can understand that, but in terms of, I mean, look, there's so many, like, I like a lot of the Bond theme songs. Thunderball, You Only Live Twice.
Well, yeah, we have all the time in the world. As you're singing it,
Louis
yes.
Armstrong.
I love it.
Time enough for life.
You know what I love about that song is just that the strings, the rhythm, the dum 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 dum,
Yeah.
and the do 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 do. Oh man, so good.
It's awesome.
I like
Love
You
it.
Know My Name from Casino Royale.
That's a great song.
good
Chris
one.
Cornell.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I like most James Bond songs. There's very few I don't like.
Yeah.
Like
The
I'm
Man
not,
with the Golden Gun, I don't love.
but that's Lulu.
The Man with the Golden Gun.
He has a powerful weapon.
It's
Charges
just
a
that.
million
It's
shots.
just that over and over, and then the
From Russia with Love isn't too bad, but it's on the
I'm
grating
second
side
now.
too. From
Another shot
Russia.
means another poor victims come to a glittering end. For a price, he'll erase anyone. The man with the gun.
I don't know. But I think there's a lot. Like I don't like Octopussy's All Time High. I mean, mostly
Honestly,
because
it's so cheesy, and I kind of like it.
well, I mean, it is, and
I love
that,
that you have to put your hands on your backsword. It's kind of good.
and I used to not like License to Kill very much, but I do. With the License to Kill.
I don't understand why that movie gets so much shit, by the way.
I
bad.
understood why it did in the past, but now it's like, oh, that was ahead of its time.
Yeah,
Well,
wait.
yeah, I mean, it's.
People used to say, well, he has no he's not charismatic, he's not this, because you came off of Roger Moore and Sean Connery.
But I like him in Living Daylights.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's but you know what? You know my big problem with License to Kill is it's a Miami Vice episode. It was them emulating Miami Vice. 'Cause
Might
it's
be why I like it.
a Mexican draw. I love Miami Vice, but Miami Vice had more. And one episode of Miami Vice has more glamour than License to Kill. For a Bond movie, they shot most of it in Mexico.
Right.
Not that that's a bad thing, but
Right,
they were
but I know
trying
what
to
you
do it
mean.
on the cheap, and it doesn't. It's not globetrotting.
Right. It's sick in one spot. Yeah.
But Talisa Soto and Carrie Lowell are two fantastic Bond girls. And two words, Wayne Newton. Wayne Newton is a weird television evangelist.
Yeah.
Come on.
Cocaine and television. It's like a GTA. Honestly, GTA probably like modeled some of their
Yeah.
characters.
And Benicio del Toro is good as a young Benicio as
Mm-hmm.
a henchman. As Franz Sanchez.
I'll flip you for real. Although that's not from that movie.
No, that's Usual
Yeah.
Suspects.
But I love that quote. I'll flip
It's
you.
so
What do you
great.
say? I'll flip you for real.
What's next?
Is it Friday already?
Who cares? It's open mic.
Terje Tiberius Moore.
Terrier.
Tell me about Shatner's love of chicken. Hashtag Guru.
Okay, 20 bucks,
this?
Terrier. So here's the thing. When we were meeting with Shatner to make Free Enterprise, for whatever reason, he wanted us to meet him at Kukuru.
Is this a thing?
I don't know what
I
that is,
forgot
but-
about Kukuru.
Yeah, and we thought he was kidding. And we went and met him at Kukuru. I kid you not, it was the Kukuru that was on Ventura Boulevard,
Uh-huh.
close to his office, which was close to the bowling alley and Jerry's. And we go in there, and he's wearing a Kermit the Frog baseball hat, kind of sitting at the back. And we met him. We had a business lunch with Shatner in Kukuru, and he told us he fired a lawyer when the lawyer refused to meet him at Kukuru. And we're like, and he's like, I like you boys. You came to Kukuru. And I'm like, that's the way you went over Bill Shatner.
Man.
What
Kukuru.
what is the Kukuru, though?
Kukuru is a chicken restaurant
Oh, okay.
where you could get like fried chicken. It was kind of like buffet style in a
I don't
way.
think they're around anymore, right?
I don't know if they're around. They might
No,
be
they went
gone.
the way of Kenny Rogers Roasters. They just kind of
Oh.
I
disappeared.
love Kukuru. I love their chicken. I love the. It was great.
Oh, man.
I had no problem going
There was
to
a Kukuru in Burbank, too, I remember.
Yeah, and there was a Kukuru in Larchmont Village I used to go to, right on the corner of Beverly and Larchmont.
They must have.
Well, we'll see you next week on Kukuru Talk, everybody.
There you go.
The newest sponsor of the John
Where we
Campea
discussed
Show.
our passions of chicken and Kukuru.
Oh, I would love if we did a chicken segment on this show. It'd be great.
You kind of just did.
But like for the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
The whole chicken.
The whole time. Like, and tune in next week for when we review Roscoe's.
Roscoe.
So good.
So good.
I used to go to the one on Gower. They knew me when I walked up. I'm serious.
"Hey,
like,
Matt
hey, man,
Reeves."
how are you? I'm like, yeah, what's up, dude? The Gower one only, though.
Oh, nice.
Gower one's the best.
You want to move on to the next one?
No, I want to keep talking chicken.
More chicken talk.
What's your favorite fast food chicken sandwich?
From Parth Tivetti, sending in a $20 super chat. Thank you, Parth.
Thanks,
That's
Parth.
really sweet. From jumping on the philosophy train, movies, shows, comics provides us with lens that change our perspective. Sometimes we get just the right lens that we need, which helps us make sense of the world as a kid. R.I.P. Kevin Conroy.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. I agree with that.
For sure, because certain movies and things resonate with you differently too, depending on what's going on in your life at that time.
That is true.
So, well said. Thank
Like
you for
it.
that perspective.
I like the philosophical bent of today's shows.
Yeah, it's been fun. All because one person in the chat was like, "No one wants that," and I had to go after it. Oh, I was like, "That's not right."
Everybody wants that.
Everyone wants it. We all want it.
Everybody wants some.
From Parth again, another $20 super chat. Thank you so much.
Thank
oh my
you.
goodness. Deadline just reported a Bob Chapek memo announcing layoffs and hiring freezes and, quote, making sure investments are efficient. Could this impact Marvel and Star Wars roadmap? Ooh.
Yes, you can bet it will because Disney's earnings way down. They've talked about how streaming, they lost $4 billion in 2022 because of streaming. And yeah, so there's going to be a lot of tightening of the bootstraps there. I don't know if it's going to necessarily, because the only thing that people are tuning into on Disney Plus are their new animation, Star Wars, and Marvel.
Yeah.
So let's hope they.
I wouldn't be surprised if most of these are from like admin side,
Yeah.
you know, and like at studio and whatever. You're going to see this across the board. I mean, Amazon just announced the same thing. We're heading into a tough time, and the signs are you start to see hiring freezes, and then you start to see layoffs, and that you're
Yep.
going to see that across the board
Yeah. You'll see it here on the John Campea Show.
No.
starting Monday.
We're all out.
Whoever's not here, start panicking. Everyone, they got fired.
Yeah, we're gone.
There's already an
It'll be great. You'll see the mortise here with these four pictures all
Some
empty.
of us are already gone.
They're all gone. Empty. There's Ray.
Oh, man. Bye, Ray.
See you later, buddy.
Oh. From Lord Merlin, some support. Thank you so much, Lord Merlin. We appreciate
Lord
it.
Merlin. Anal Nathra Kuthras.
Each time. You've gotta do each time.
You have to.
That's the charm of making from Excalibur.
Boom.
Whenever Lord Merlin sends in support, he gets the charm of
Nice.
making.
I love
By the
that
way, he's
for him.
probably going, I don't even know what you're talking about. If you haven't seen Excalibur, 1981's Excalibur, directed by John Borman, it is a very cool tale or take on the Arthurian mythos.
It's sexy.
It is sexy and fun and bloody and awesome. And Nicole Williamson as Merlin
Yeah, man.
is awesome.
If you have not seen it, see it.
Highly
Gabriel Byrne
recommend.
plays Uther Pendragon.
Wow. It's real good.
I
Helen
love-
Mirren plays Morgana.
I love King Arthur's little like speech when he's like coming out of his like kind of slumberish sickness.
Yep.
Too long I have lived in other men's whatever. I can't remember the whole thing. I'm blowing
It's so
it,
good.
but I love it. It's such
And
a
the
good-
battle when he fights his own
and the cherry
illegitimate
blossoms
son.
start to like they start to blossom. The cherry trees start to
Yeah.
blossom.
And it's got great use of all kinds of music that you've heard before.
Yep.
It's very
It's
good.
very well done.
That's what I always think Lord Merlin.
Yay.
So we're almost done, but we do have a member chat, so I'll just read it. It's from Shamalaka44, member for 4 months, actor. Love y'all. Y'all make my mornings at work bearable. Rob, I got to know if you've checked out Twice yet. What is Love? Video has nice movie scene.
I have not, but people keep asking me that. Maybe it's you who keep asking me that. I need to just go watch it.
And there
I
you
always
go.
forget. I have to
Alright.
watch it.
Well, no.
We also didn't talk enough about chicken, so
Yes, now this is the
Now
fried
it's the
chicken,
chicken.
segment of our open mic. It's a new Friday segment
Oh,
only, and only for
on,
today.
on Finger Licking Fridays, in which we talk
Finger
about chicken.
licking Fridays, baby.
go back to the Porsche.
Wow, so much for the Batman Beyond crew brings you Finger Licking Fridays.
Finger Licking Fridays.
That's like Severin von Sickle. That's the character from Near Dark that Bill Paxton plays. Finger licking good. He's a vampire, so that's why he's. That's what.
I love it. You just sit at they're like, Chris, this will change everything for you. Oh, he's a vampire. Okay.
You need. You're probably wondering what I was talking about.
I don't know. I didn't.
Well, yeah,
I
have you ever seen Near Dark?
No.
Okay, Near Dark, it's a horror movie you could get through
Okay.
because it's not It is about
Love that you believe
vampire.
that about me.
It is
Cute.
about
Okay.
it is about vampires. But there's a scene where this group of vampires goes to a bar for a drink. That's all I'm going to say.
And then the line "finger looking good" is uttered in that.
It's in that
cadence.
scene.
All right. Gonna watch it.
And if you guys have not seen Near Dark, I will not loan you my Blu-rays because they're hard to get. But they are going. It is going to be re-released, and Catherine Bigelow directed it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And Catherine Bigelow directed it, and it stars half the cast of Aliens. Lance
Still need to watch
Henriksen, Jeanette
Aliens,
Goldstein.
too.
You haven't watched Aliens?
No, we've talked about this. I saw Alien for the first time in
So-
2018.
Aliens. What was this? After Dark.
Near Dark.
Near Dark. Aliens. The Red Violin.
The Red
Those
Violin.
are our recommendations for today.
Okay.
See 1979's Being There with Peter Sellers because I just love it.
Which you should.
And there you go.
Excalibur.
And Excalibur.
Excalibur.
And there's your 5 recommendations for the weekend, guys. Come back. Let us know what you think.
Put your
Hooray!
reviews down in the
In the comments
comment
below.
section below.
That'd be wonderful.
Does that mean we're at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you
At the
truly
end.
want to talk more about chicken.
I don't think anyone
You know
wants
what?
to hear it.
I love chicken.
Let's go get some.
Can I talk about an underrated
Chicken run.
chicken? I mean, this is chicken fried steak, but the chicken fried steak at NoHo Diner is delightful. It's so good.
I've never been in a Is that like on Magnolia? What's
oh,
it on?
Yeah, it's on Magnolia. It's
I
before
literally
you
just
get
guessed
to
that.
the Arts District.
Yeah, I figured it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
See, I'm sad because I used to love Kukuru chicken. It was seasoned well. It was seasoned well, and it was always cooked to
That was the
perfection.
moment Rob was actually sincere and then realized, I think we have actually talked about chicken too much and we're live on YouTube. And that was the chuckle. Existential Mr. Rogers, everyone.
There it was.
My issue is they used to let you smoke in NoHo Diner back in the day.
Oh.
And honestly, I think the food tasted better when it was kind of disgusting in there.
Wow.
I still love it.
I stopped following the chat, so I have no idea if they've all left us or what.
How
Well,
do
it's
you
kinda
all
like-
feel about this?
We had a really long, extended closing yesterday, so why not
Yeah,
just
why not?
now we've got all 4 of us participating.
Why not?
Well, listen, everybody. I hope you get out this weekend to see Wakanda Forever and tell us what you think. I want to say, of course, it is so great working with the lovely Chris Carr.
Oh, thanks.
Another week down. Can you believe it?
I know.
I can't believe it. And you've got your what class do you
I
have
have
tomorrow?
my boot camp.
And are there any more? Are there any slots left? You had 2 left
There
earlier.
are 2 slots left still, so you can get on into that class if you want. I keep posting stuff on my Instagram. Is a 4-hour voiceover intensive, so it is 4 hours with me. So you just gotta get ready for blocking off that time in your day. Turn your phone on silent. Let yourself just learn about voiceover for that amount of time. It's a service to you and to everyone else in the class.
And if
That's
you
fun.
thought that voiceover, if you didn't want a career in voiceover, it's always good to be able to prank call people. The
This
better
is
off your
honestly
voices
true.
are, nobody's going to know who you are. And, you can get away with a lot.
Sincerely. And if you're an actor who just wants to have more fun, I love the chicken little graphic. If you're an actor who just wants to have more fun and maybe you're feeling a little stuck and you're not interested in voice acting, I honestly think that this approach will help you have more fun in your acting life because it should be fun. And so many classes want you to feel shitty about yourself. I don't understand it. Come hang out.
Well, there you go. And I'm, of course, Robert Meyer Burnett. You can find me on Instagram at RM Burnett. Find me on Twitter at Burnett RM, or find me at Post Geek Singularity tonight, 9 o'clock with and Lael Rockwell. We are going to be talking about Wakanda Forever. Join us, Post Geek Singularity, tonight at 9 Pacific.
Ooh, fun.
Very exciting. I want to thank everybody who generously supports this channel via their super chats. It gives us something to talk about, and you're supporting the channel while you're doing it. Thanks to our sponsor, Athletic Greens. I want to thank Jonathan Voico and Taylor Gonzalez for making sure that this show went off without a hitch. Taylor's been producing a lot of shows this week. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Well, clap.
Thank you. Empty chair. Thank you.
Well done with the Shrek references and the chicken
Yeah.
run. It's all good. It makes the show
Beautiful.
even that much funnier. Jonathan, do you have anything final to say for the end? Let's take us home. End this week for us, Jonathan.
Well, guys, thank you for joining us on this triumphant week past. Here, chatting with your friends, your comrades, your acquaintances, and have a safe weekend. And we see you next week.
Well done.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.